Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Clara. I know we're a little bit early, but we're just letting people being able to log in, and we'll just wait a moment. This is very exciting. We've had great level of interest. And here we have Natalie and Jenny. They're from our College of Engineering and Computer Science and our Sciences, which is the College of Science and the College of Health and Medicine. So it's going to be very informative. I'm looking forward to it. I always learn something. This is our beautiful campus as well, just behind us. What Natalie and I have is actually our campus. So it's so beautiful. It sits under the Black Mountain. You can see the tower there, and it's next to beautiful Lake Burley Griffin. And it's right next to the city. So it's a bike ride, 10 minutes from each side. So it's a fabulous, beautiful location. I'm a bit biased. We've still got a few minutes to 4 o'clock, so we will make sure we will just go past a few minutes of 4 o'clock. So we'll wait about 5 minutes, I think. Many of you must be on school holidays, which must be nice. Have a break. So we've just hit 4 o'clock. So as I said, we'll just wait a couple of more minutes to make sure everyone has the opportunity to join us this afternoon. This is a part of a series of webinars we're running. They're happening right through our application process, right up to the 23rd of May. The ones that we've already run have been recorded, as this one is. So you are always welcome to engage and reach out to us, and we can send you the link of all the previous webinars that we've run, which is all about our application process and accommodation and lots of key messages that would be potentially very helpful to you. The numbers are growing now, so that's great. People have been very diligent. They've arrived at 4 o'clock and now they're joining us, so that's exciting. Welcome, everyone. My name's Clara. I work in the Future Students domestic team, and we'll just take a few moments until everyone joins us, or give them the opportunity to. One more minute and we'll kick off. Look, I think the numbers are quite stable now, so I think we might start now. It's a couple of minutes past, so that's perfect. Welcome, everyone, to our webinar series. My name is Clara. As I said before, I work in the Future Students team, and my role today is just to MC and to introduce you and make sure it runs as smoothly as possible. So this series is designed to give you the opportunity to engage with our experts here at the ANU. And today our focus is going to be around the processes and programs that sit within our academic colleges in the engineering and computer science. And here we have Natalie. Hi, Natalie. And then we've got Jenny here from the College of Science and the College of Health and Medicine. So first we're going to be presenting, and then we're going to go into a Q&A session. So first the presentations. Please, I'd advise if you can hold out and just wait until you hear the presentations before you do enter your questions into the Q&A function that you'll see down there. They can be anonymous, or you can enter it with your name. It's totally up to you. What I'm going to do is, just before I kick off and hand over to Jenny, is I'd just like to acknowledge the traditional owners, the traditional custodians of the land on which I live and work, and recognise their continuing connection to the land, water and community. I pay my respects to the elders past, present and emerging. So like I said, we're going to be having the presentations. These sessions are recorded, so please be aware of that. And then what we'll do is go into the Q&A session. So without further ado, I'll hand over to Natalie, who's going to share her screen and kick off with the first presentation, which is engineering and computer science, the focus.
Thank you. Just sharing my screen now. Okay, great. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the College of Engineering and Computer Science, or as you'll hear me say a lot today, KECS. So my name's Natalie and I'm a representative from the college. So within our college, we have 3 schools: the School of Engineering, the School of Computing, and the School of Cybernetics, which offers a really specialist postgraduate program. And today I'm just going to take you through what we have on offer for our future undergrad students, including what programs we have, majors and minors, a bit about our flexible double degrees, and what KECS specifically has to offer for our students. So first I'll take you through our undergrad programs. And as mentioned before, we do have programs offered by the School of Engineering and the School of Computer Science. In total, we have 7 undergrad programs on offer for 2023. And first up, we'll start with our engineering programs. So all of our engineering degrees are built on a systems engineering framework, and this means that no matter what program you choose, you will complete the same foundational courses in your first year. These will help you learn how the engineering disciplines all work together and prepare you and set you up for your later years of study. So these are our 3 programs in engineering: a Bachelor of Engineering Honours, Bachelor of Engineering Research and Development Honours, and our new Bachelor of Engineering Honours in Software Engineering. This is a brand new program that we will be taking enrolment for next year, and so that's available to apply for now. This program is really going to help you prepare you to design and build software systems. And even though it may sound like a very technical focused program and role, it really also does have a creative side, especially in terms of the career options. You can be looking at graphic design, animation, video game design, digital production, or even web design. And it really is a well-rounded program, giving you those technical skills, but also skills to manage just a general workplace when you enter the workforce, so dealing with uncertainty, risk, and ethics. Here are a few of the majors and minors that we offer for our engineering students. So that includes our aerospace systems, which is a brand new one for next year as well. Environmental systems, electronic communication systems, mechatronic systems, renewable energy systems, sustainable systems, and humanitarian engineering. So in the Bachelor of Engineering and the Bachelor of Engineering R&D, you will have to complete a major as part of your program. And you can also choose if you want to complete any other minors within that. And our student services can help you plan that out once you join us. From this list, I'll just highlight our humanitarian engineering minor, which is a fairly new option. We had our first group of students graduate from that just last year. But we have really seen the popularity for it grow really largely in the last couple of months. So now moving over to our computer science programs. So we have the Bachelor of IT, Bachelor of Advanced Computing Honours, Bachelor of Advanced Computing R&D, and a Bachelor of Applied Data Analytics. And so you'll see they're all somewhat different with different entry requirements as well. And all of this information can be found on the Programs and Courses website. Again, for our majors and specializations, so similar to the engineering programs, you can choose to complete a major, minor, or specialization within your program. And students completing the advanced computing and advanced computing R&D are required to complete a specialization. So one of those that's listed there. I won't read them all out to you. You can all have a little read. Also, of course, they're all on our website. So I'll quickly explain what the difference is between our research and development programs. As you've seen, they have the same name, just one of them has research and development on the end of the program name. And main difference is they do have different entry requirements, and the R&D programs have a really innovative structure that allow you to complete research projects throughout your degree. So they are more advanced courses and unique research opportunities, and they're completed under the supervision of ANU academics, or they can be taken with any of the research groups around the college. So our engineering and advanced computing R&D courses have the same course subjects as our honours programs, but the R&D program also include research projects within the degree structure. And these programs will really help you to prepare for research and development roles in industry, governments, roles in academia, or to, of course, be an accredited engineer or computer scientist once you finish university. So I will just quickly touch on our flexible double degrees. ANU, of course, offers a large number of flexible double degrees, and this is actually really popular with our engineering and computer science students. We have more than 750 degree combinations at ANU. And what it means is that you can study 2 bachelor degrees at one time and graduate with 2 qualifications. So for example, you could study a Bachelor of Engineering and a Bachelor of Music. And by doing so, you can follow your passion and your profession at the same time. And so it doesn't take up, it is 1 additional year and you still complete 2 undergraduate degrees by the end of your studies. And I've included one quote here just from one of our students, Matilda, who's in her final year of a flexible double degree at the moment. So why do we think you should consider KEX? Our students get real world experience throughout their degrees. In the final year of their studies, students complete a major project in which they're given a real world client and project. So Tech Launcher is the name of the project for our computer science students. And in this, students get to further develop their research and professional skills. The Capstone Design Project is the name of the project for our engineering students. And this is completed in groups, and the teams work together to consult with their real world clients, design and manage the delivery of the project, which they present at a large event at the end of the year. Our humanitarian engineering minor has a practical aspect of it as well, which is a humanitarian design summit with Engineers Without Borders. And it is where our students get to travel to a rural town in developing country and use their skills to help the community. So just this year, one of our students has actually started a local chapter organising a design summit supporting our Indigenous communities within Australia, as of course COVID has prevented us from being able to travel overseas, where a lot of our students were travelling before. And just this picture here, we do have the ANU Makerspace. It's an area available to all of our staff and our students where they can experiment. It has a wide range of tools and appliances available, like power tools, 3D printers, laser cutters, soldering and testing equipment. And the space really is free to use for any education, research, and even just personal hobbies. And lastly, many of our programs also include a compulsory unit of work experience, which is required to qualify for accreditation. And just for my last slide, I will talk to you quickly about our student groups. So ANU has over 150 clubs and societies run by the students for the students, and these groups organise professional and social events throughout the year. They offer networking opportunities, fun activities, and they're a great way for students to make industry connections and meet their fellow peers as well. So these listed here are some of our KEX specific groups. So the ANU solar racing team build and operate a solar car, which they enter into races around Australia. 50/50 is a student group working to promote gender equity in STEM across ANU, and RoboGals is the ANU chapter of an international group, and they run really fun and educational initiatives to get young women more interested in engineering, science, and technology. And of course, we do also have our student ambassador program, where we recruit our students throughout any stage of their degree to act as the face of the college and represent us at events and expos. And we really love working closely with those students across all of our events. So that is it from me. I will hand over to Jenny. I hope I've given you a bit more information on our KEX programs today. If you do have any specific questions, I'll have a look through the Q&A, but feel free to give us an email on study.kex@anu.edu.au. Otherwise, I'll still be here at the end of the session. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Natalie. That was so informative. It's fabulous. Jenny, can we hand over to you now and you can share your screen? That would be great.
Yeah, sure, indeed. I'm just bring my screen up.
Thank you so much. Like I said, we'll have the Q&A at the end.
Can everyone see it?
Yep, I think, can you make it so it's from the beginning and
yeah, I think this is beginning though.
If you go along the slideshow and say from the beginning, it's just that you can see it all at the moment.
I thought I started from slideshow like this. No, it's not from beginning.
It's from the beginning, but it's not, it doesn't matter anyway. It's
okay.
If you go along the top, you'll just see slideshow at the very, very top and you click on slideshow. Yep. And then from the beginning.
Sure.
And
is that better now?
It should.
It looks same from my end.
Oh, it doesn't matter then. I think we're doing it well. Over to you, Jenny.
Sure. Okay, cool. Hi, everyone. I'm Jenny. And thank you for attending this session. And I work for the ANU College of Science and the College of Health and Medicine. So in my presentation today, I will be giving you first the overall of the undergraduate programs that we offer within both faculties. So the session will, my presentation will be slightly longer than next one. So just a heads up. I will also focus on some of the popular degrees in the science, health, and medicine in my presentation, and other information such as facilities, internships, and the field trip will also be covered. And of course, we will take your questions after the presentation. And in saying that, please feel free to pop in your question in the Q&A, not the chat, while the presentation is going, and I will answer them all at the end. So let's start with the first slide. So something we are very proud of and makes us very special as a research university is that we have the 6 Nobel Prize winners at ANU, and 5 of them come from the areas of science, health, and medicine. And our current VC actually Professor Brian Schmidt, who actually won the Nobel Prize in Physics, is also from the College of Science, and he actually lectures some courses occasionally. So with strong research and academic resources that we have at ANU, we also offer a range of the undergraduate degrees in health science and the medicine, as you can see all the degrees that are listed here. So we won't go through all of them today because we don't have time, but I listed all of these, ADA, IB entry requirement, the prerequisite, and the available semester there. So feel free to take a screenshot while you can, or
sorry, Jenny, just to interrupt for a moment. Your slides haven't moved from the first
oh, really?
one. Yeah. So yeah, I think you need to unshare again, possibly, and let's see if we can.
How about this? I'm moving now.
No,
Sorry, it's still
No.
not moving. Oh, that's
no.
really
So we're just
interesting.
stuck on the introduction page. We're not seeing that Nobel
you-
Prize.
Do
Maybe
you?
can I share it
Yeah,
for you? Yeah, can I do
yeah,
that? If you
sure.
unshare and then I'll share. How about,
I'm
oh,
sorry
you can
about.
see them now.
You
But
can see it now.
I can see the Nobel Prize winners that you were just talking about now. Yep.
Yeah. How about I just do this? Is that better now?
That's better. That's working now.
Okay, sure. Okay, that's better. It's working
Thank
now.
you.
So, okay. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, so presentation resumed. So back to these slides. So here we have listed all the degrees that we offer in the science, health, and medicine here. And you can find all the ATA, IB, and the prerequisite for each of the program and the available semesters here. And if you want to know more about each of these programs in details, I would strongly suggest you to go on to the ANU program course website, where all the information on there is very accessible and self-explanatory. And I call that actually my Bible. All the academics and current students and staff member all go in there just to check the most updated information. That's the first place we're going to display them. So definitely go there to check it out. But today I will cover some of the program and talk a little bit more on them. So the first one that I want to talk about is Bachelor of Science, which is a 3 years program that covers probably about 70 different majors, minors, and specializations, and such as, name a few here: agricultural innovation, astronomy and astrophysics, chemistry, earth science. What else? Computer science, applying the data science, statistics, geography, and water science, etc. And the list just keeps on going. So as you can tell in this degree, you have opportunity, or students have opportunity to explore, all these different areas of science before they actually landing their feet on the areas they really wanted to major or minor in. And you will also have opportunity to access, some of the, state-of-the-art laboratories. And one of the many examples worth mentioning is that in chemistry, some of the facilities on campus are not offered at any other universities in Australia. And there are also opportunities to go on science-focused, field trips and internships to gain the credits towards your program. And all of these that I just mentioned are all built into the degree itself, and meaning that you are allowed to explore them all within the degree, and you don't have to spend extra time to do it. And to combine, you can also, doing this degree, you can combine all different areas that you are interested into the one degree. It means like you can do 2 majors if you wanted to, or 1 major, 2 minors if you can manage it well. So coming to the second slide, here we're going to talk Bachelor of Science honors. So basically the main differences here with this program is, 1, the duration. You will need to do additional 1 year on your thesis after 3 years of coursework studies. And a second, it has a higher entry requirements, and you need to maintain the 70% of grade average across all semesters before you continue your honors year. And also the Bachelor of Science students also can potentially apply to transfer into the honors year if they meet all the requirements. On the other hand, if the students who are already enrolled in the Bachelor of Science honor, but somehow fail to meet the 70% of grade average, that's all right. It just means they will be, transferred back to the standard Bachelor of Science degree. And that is why we always recommend the students or our staff member also recommend them to, if you are interested in doing the honors year after you've done the Bachelor of Science, do your self-assessment first before you actually considering applying to it, because the process can take a little bit long, because you might need to find a supervisor, you might need to consider the thesis topic, what you wanted to write on to for the entire year. So do that first. So these slides, I'm going to talk about 2 programs. The first one, it's a Bachelor of Health Science. And so both degree, Bachelor of Health Science, Bachelor of the Medical Science, both are 3 years full-time degree. And the Bachelor of Health Science is often seen, I would say, as one of the pathways to the MCHD, which is a master program that students can take to become a qualified doctor, which is super popular pathways here at ANU to do that. And there are only 60 places available each year to get into the Bachelor of Health Science, and out of which we do reserve 15 places for the rural and Indigenous students, and we can take probably maximum 10 international students each year. And doing this program, or under this program, there are 2 streams that students can do. One is a pre-medicine stream. That is for students who want to receive an offer of entry without sitting GAMSA, which is the medical entrance exam that students need to take in order to get into the MCHD program at ANU. And they will need to take the pre-medicine stream to do that. And normally we only have like 30 spots in the MCHD program that reserved for students from the Bachelor of Health Science. And another important note to make here is that, like chemistry, I received that question a lot. So is that chemistry is a prerequisite to get into the Bachelor of Health Science? The answer is no, but there's a but. If you don't meet the required level of chemistry in secondary school, but you wanted to take the pre-medicine stream within the Bachelor of Health Science program, then you will need to take the chemistry bridging courses that is usually run before semester 1 start. So you will need to complete, you also need to complete the supplementary form as a part of your application to be able to get into the Bachelor of Health Science. And moving on to the Bachelor of Medical Science, what does it offer? This program basically is a program for students who are interested in exploring a pathway into the medical research and wanted to understand how the human body works. And the application process is the same as other standard undergraduate programs that ANU offers. And no additional documents and forms are required. And the program can be combined with other undergraduate programs, like part of double degree program we do at ANU. And if you, if your students taking this program and wanted to continue applying for the MCHD, and want to become a doctor, the program will give them, a strong foundation to help them to take the GAMSA, the test, and then apply for the MCHD through the standard process. So let's look at these slides. So here in these slides, I'm going to talk everything about the study psychology at ANU, which is another really popular area that students like to study in. So basically, there are 3 programs that we can that you can study in physics at ANU. First, you can do a Bachelor of Science and a major in psychology. This is a 3-year degree that you need to take 8 subjects in area of psychology, and this program focuses on the research methodology, science, and the statistics, and it is a great program for students that who wanted to use psychology to do further study or work. And the second program is the Bachelor of the Psychology Honors. So the learning outcome of this program is pretty much similar to the Bachelor of Science Psychology, but you will get the opportunity to study more psychology courses within the program, as well as writing a thesis about the area you are interested in during the 4th year. So therefore, we can say there are slightly more researching components embedded in this program compared to the Bachelor of Science major in psychology. And taking this program also means that instead of doing 3 years, you will only need to do another 2 years master's before becoming recognized or before a registered psychologist in Australia. And the last program is a Bachelor of the Arts, majoring in psychology. This is another program that gives students, the opportunity to explore or even wider study of the disciplinary studies while taking all core courses in the psychology. I would say normally students undertaking this program shows a strong interest across social science and psychology, and later wanted to go on to do something like marketing research, and sociology and culture related careers. And of course, this program also one of the pathways that allows you to become, doing further study and become the psychologist. So that's all the programs that I wanted to talk about. And now let's move to the internship. So even though ANU is a research-based university, but we do understand that, gaining that practical experience and the professional skill are also very important in setting you students apart post the university studies. So that's why, you will find that we actually integrate our, internship into most of our undergrad programs and some of our master programs as well. That in that way, we allow students to take internship as part of their degrees, and depending on what types of internships that you have done, you will be assessed slightly differently at the end of your internship, and it might involve a project proposal and a written report or oral presentation or personal reflection. But quite often, all this process will involve your workplace supervisors, and many of these students, will, then kind of convert this internship experience into a jobs, which is a great outcomes for our students and the workplace and the university. And the list here on this slide shows you some of the places where our students have undertaken their internships, and some of which are government bodies, as you can tell. So it means that they can only accept domestic students, but many of them are non-governmental organizations, which do open their doors to everyone, including international students. Moving on to the next slide, our facilities. We have so many state-of-the-art facilities that we have on campus, and they are all open to all our students to use, such as this giant magnet telescope that students have access to it as part of the degree. And we also have scientists working on the satellites that monitoring bushfires across the nation, and our students also do some amazing work assisting with that. And we have some of the most advanced facilities in Australia as well, such as the heavy ion accelerator, space stimulator, and we have the supercomputer that is called Gandhi, which is like 10 times faster than the previous one called, I think, called Raijin, if I'm mistaken. This is a fast supercomputer in Australia, and our students across the university are welcome to use it. And all they need to do is just to fill out the form, and then they can just use it, maybe run some of the stimulations that I wanted to test out or have in mind. And then to continue on this topic, and I wanted to talk a little bit more on the, what amazing facilities we have offers on campus. And we have the science precinct, which is beautiful, the teaching and the labs. And this is basically a hub for our science students to study and conduct all sorts of experiments here. And the image there is one part of the precinct. And we also have facilities in, immunology and cancer biology. And then we have the phenomics facility to study plants and animal phenomics. And we also have any Australian university. We are the only Australian university to have experimental nuclear physics programs. And so it means that if you are interested in this area of study, then the ANU is any place and moment for it. And there are so many amazing facilities on campus that are, we can talk about, but we won't go through that here today. And hopefully soon we will have you on campus to check them out yourself. So the last slide that I want to finish off with is on our field trips. So all our students have opportunity to access our field trips. Many of them are overseas, as you can see. So it means that unfortunately they are not happening at the moment, but they will be resumed soon the situation getting better. And but however, we do still offer a number of trips where students, like around the countries where students can still do this day, such as visiting our campus in Kyola, where students will spend a few weeks to conduct a number of experiments with their academics and write reports on their findings, also networking, with other students from slightly different research backgrounds, and you will live and study there together and have a great fun. And one last thing, I also wanted to point out that, as part of, I don't know if you heard, like ANU is part of IARU group, and it meaning that all our students have access to these extensive exchange programs and cross-institute study opportunities at other member universities across the world. And to name a few universities here that our students often like to go to, university like University of Oxford, University of Cambridge, University of Tokyo, Yale University, and I think the National University of Singapore is another one. So yeah, so that is, we have so much more to offer to our students, and our degree is really flexible. That is something that I also want to highlight, and that's also something that students keep telling us. So a lot of students find that, like, after they started the first semester and they wanted to change this and that, program, the courses, they can do it. The program, the way we structure our program allows students to make that change. So I think that's it. That's all my presentation. And this is the contact information. If you do have any question after this presentation, after Q&A, please feel free to reach out. We can book a one-on-one appointment with you, either with myself or other academics or student ambassador that you wanted to talk to. We can arrange that for you. Okay, that's it from me.
Thank you so much, Jenny. That was so informative. And you too, Natalie. Now we will open it up for Q&A, and I can see one here that's already come in, and that was when you were talking, Natalie. I think someone wants to sort of flesh out the idea around prerequisites, and just wanted to ask, what does it mean when the prerequisite says major? So that must be within those maths.
Yeah, that's right. So it is for the maths, and maybe correct me if I'm wrong, Clara, but I believe it's just the number of units within that course that you're doing in high school. So it would mean that you're doing that level of mathematics for the whole year.
And what's great is, because we are that national university and we do have students come from all over Australia, and so they do take on different maths within each of those states and do get called different things. So it is important to relate that back to the state that you're studying in, so you can make sure that you can talk with your careers advisors or your maths teacher just to make sure that is a prerequisite. I think that's the key thing. Is there anything else that anyone would like us to discuss? We haven't got any more questions. I think it's just because Jenny and Natalie, you were just so thorough in your presentations.
Thank you.
No, they were really fantastic. I always learn something. And I couldn't agree with you more, Jenny, that idea of ANU being flexible, and that, you can come, and it's very, and within right across a lot of our academic colleges, you can really flesh out, and once you're here, you can change your mind and add and drop and change, and you don't lose out on what you've already done, because it can usually be credited back to an elective or be part of the program. Don't you think that's correct, Jenny?
That's brilliant. I think the student ambassador that we interviewed back a couple of years ago, somehow they all mentioned that as what you think that you find is the highlight of the ANU. Basically, they say, compared to other high school classmates who now with other universities, say they find ANU offer really flexible program transfer, or the way we structure programs quite flexible, allows students to be able to try different courses or transfer between the programs. And I think we have some questions.
We just had a few more questions come through.
Fabulous. Right, I'll read these out if you're happy with that. And I think, Jenny, this may be for you. So, hi, I will complete my Cert 3 in Allied Health Assistance and will complete a work placement with a psychotherapist. Can this be added to credit points? Very interesting question.
So technically, we say if you have done the cognate discipline, which including the bachelor or bachelor in honors, and the grad certificate or graduate diploma, yes, we do give you credit up to 1 year. Whereas for grad certificate, probably I would say 1 semester. However, it's depend on what program, master program you are talking about. We have to assess that case by case. And it is.
Yeah.
We do accept that. We do
It is,
offer
and I
credits.
think that's the best message, is things do need to be case by case. Yeah.
Yes.
Brilliant. This one is for you, Natalie. Is there an early entry program for engineering? I'm not quite sure if you're referring to our direct entry, which is currently open. So maybe you'd like to flesh it out and say everything's available.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly. So we don't have an early entry specifically, but as Clara just said, obviously our ASA applications are open now. So that means you can complete all your applications through our system, and you'll receive an offer at the end of this year if you are eligible for that offer, if you qualify. Yeah.
And the beauty is that you'll be assessed on your year 11 results, and we'll create an ANU ranking. And that early offer will happen, that first initial early offer will happen on the 5th of September. So you can accept that element. You can still be applying for other universities or just doing whatever you want with the UAC, VTAC. But the most important message is that you do not apply through those systems. So with those direct applications, that is not an early entry. It's actually a direct application, which does not need to be then followed up by an application through UAC. So that's important. But yes, your offer will happen then, the final one at the end of the year, just to confirm that that's what that offer is.
Can I add one thing here on top of that? There are some out of scope programs that which fall out of the standard application deadline. Like, for example, Bachelor of Health Science and a Bachelor of Philosophy Honors Science, and a summer master program as well, that we do have a different application process and deadline. So I would recommend people doing that to go onto ANU website to check it out, to find the detail of that exactly. If you want actually, a lot of application for semester 1 next year has already opened now. So
sorry, is that for masters or undergraduate?
Undergrad as well. For example, Bachelor of Philosophy, PhD Science, and the Bachelor of Health Science, they do actually have different application process and deadline. So
can you explain that? Because I just thought that the health sciences still went through the ASA application.
Is there? I can double check.
Yeah, I think
but I'm pretty sure international student will need to go through different process. I'm not sure.
Oh, we're not doing. I don't think there's any international students on here.
Okay.
I think this is just focused for the domestic market, Jenny.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Please put your hand up if you are an international student, and we can flesh that out for you if need be. There's some more questions have come in. What does ANU close their early entries this? Or when do we close our early entries this year? The 23rd of May. That's with the early entry. Now, in saying, let's say for some reason you missed that deadline and you haven't applied directly to ANU, you can apply through UAC. And that can open at the end of sort of August, but you don't need to do both. But not necessarily all programs, exactly along the lines of what Jenny's saying. It's not necessarily all programs. So anything when you apply, you do need to absolutely double check that that they will be offered. We are really trying to get people to apply directly to us. Just bear with me. Another question. With the flexible double, when do you have to choose your degrees by? Who would like to answer that?
Which one?
So with the double, I'm happy to answer that one. So with the flexible doubles, what you actually apply for is a grouping. And then when you get your final offer in January, that's when you would choose what flexible degree that you'd want to. And we will give you the opportunity of all the ones that are available. And then you would choose which one they were out of the grouping, if that makes sense. So when you apply, you're not applying for, because we've got 750 different combinations for those flexible degrees. So you may suggest what you're interested in applying for, but it's more about applying if it's for around the idea of our ATAR. So the grouping is the law, engineering, computer science, and then the humanities sciences. So you're actually applying for those groupings rather than specifically the program, but you do choose that at the end of the year. Does that hopefully make sense? With undergraduate degrees which undergraduate degree is the best pathway into medicine and becoming a doctor?
Okay, so that's a question for me, I suppose. So in general, there's no best pathway. But something I didn't mention or go into the detail in my presentation is that about the medicine pathway, like MCHD pathway we call it at ANU. So there are three pathways that we offer at ANU that can lead you to do the MCHD without taking GAMSA exam. So one is the one I mentioned, the Bachelor of Health Science, which we reserve 30 spots for students coming from that degree to go into MCHD. And the second one is PhD, which we give 10 spots to students coming from that degree. The last one is TACWIL. So TACWIL students can also, scholarships can also consider as a pathway to the MCHD without taking GAMSA. So there's no best. So which one you think suits you, as in, because like, for example, PhD, it's pretty much a heavily research-based degrees, you know, a lot of research components embedded in this program. You do a lot of research and a few courseworks, and you have to work closely with your supervisor as well. Where compared to Bachelor of Health Science, most of them are courseworks, you know, and you will spend a lot of time in the laboratory as well. Where the TACWIL scholarship, you can do whatever you want. You can enroll in the Bachelor of Music, and you can still guarantee a spot going to the medicine. If you, so it's really different. If you can get in TACWIL, then yes, you pretty much guarantee the spot, and you don't have to do the interview as well after you complete after your bachelor degree through if you are TACWIL students. So yeah, out of these three, you need to pick one, which one. And again, more than happy to arrange the one-on-one appointment with you and walk through the details of each program, each of the pathway programs we offer.
Thank you, Jenny. That's so informative. That's great. We do have another question here. This is for you, Natalie. If I'm interested in the engineering and advanced computing double degree, what if I haven't done much computing? Would I be suitable?
Absolutely. That's the great thing about our programs. Our only prerequisite really is those mathematic levels. We, all of our students kind of get those foundational skills in that first year, especially with our engineering, with that systems foundation courses in the first year, and same with our computing courses. There is no expectation of prior knowledge in terms of how to code. You will learn all of that in your first year.
Brilliant. Thank you. I see there's no more questions. So if anyone does want to answer or ask us anything more, this is the time to do it, or we'll be wrapping it up shortly. So please reach out to us. Is there anything, Jenny or Natalie, that you would like to say to the cohort of interested students before we leave, before I sign off?
I would say when it comes to study at ANU, do not afraid to start with a single degree and talk to the staff member at a university, because every single faculty or college we say here at ANU, we have a team of the student service or team of the people, let's say, that helping the current students from the enrollment, choosing the course, and arrange the exam, arrange a graduation ceremony. So step by step, we'll hold your hand to do it every single semester. You want to transfer, you want to take some exchange program elsewhere, are you eligible to do that? We will help you. So please do not turn stressed out by making that decision when you are in year 10, year 11, year 12, which one I'm going to do. No, we have the team here to help you, to support you. The sooner you join ANU, you make an appointment with them, they will sit down with you in the room to tell you, to explain to you in detail, to guide you through what course you should select this semester and next semester. And you can always go back to ask them. They are the one making sure you will study the program that suits you, and also tell you what other opportunities out there that you can actually add to your programs.
Definitely agree with all of that. Don't be afraid to try new things. If you think something might spark your interest, especially in those first few years, that's your time to really try everything and figure out what your passion is. There is no pressure to have your whole career, life, degree planned out before you even come and join us. Everyone at ANU is there to help you. Ask questions, try new things, and really just figure out what you love to do.
Oh, that has just warmed up my heart as well, because it's exactly what I say to students. You don't have to make that decision, and we're here to support you. And being a university of our size and our ratio of staff and student, 5-star rating, you can even talk to your lecturer about what you're doing. I love this unit. What else can I do? So there's those central areas that can help you, but those networks that you can build is just as strong to help you discover who and what you want to do. That was just beautiful. Thank you so much, both of you. That was just so great.
And we have one more question here in the Q&A.
Yes.
I don't know if that refers to engineering or us, or should we share your information?
Yes,
Clara?
of course.
I don't
Absolutely.
know. I don't know which one.
No, exactly. I think that's a great idea. So what I'll do now is I'll add into the chat, and bear with me.
Yep. So yeah, feel free to reach out to Clara, and then she will either help you to arrange a one-on-one, or she will direct based on your question. She will pass on your request to either Nat or myself.
Exactly. Bear with
So
me. That's a great idea. Student. So the best way to reach us is the student.recruitment. That's our generic email, and that sits within the whole Future Students team. And then we identify what needs to be, and we field it to all our contacts within the academic colleges. So perfect. Well done, Jenny. Great idea. I'll just post that now. There we go.
Perfect.
Brilliant. Thank you, everyone, so much for your time this afternoon. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you, Natalie. Really fabulous. As I said, always informative. Please reach out if you do have any questions. Please also access our webinars, as I spoke about, which have already taken place. They're all recorded. And also the following, right up to the 23rd of May, or I think it's actually the week before, we will have more live webinars that relate to the colleges, student supports, lots of different ones. They're on the website. And could I receive the presentation? Oh, isn't that sweet? We'll touch base with you about that. I'm not quite sure. Bear with me. I'll just copy that information, and I'll talk to you later about presenting and getting those slides to you. Anyway, thank you everyone so much. Have a lovely evening. Look after yourselves. Don't stress too much. Just come to a top uni.
Thanks all. Enjoy your holidays.
Okay. Thanks, Nat. Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, Jenny.
Sure.